In this video, we're going to explore how you can use and apply a very simple, straightforward spiritual principle to boost your self-confidence and your personal empowerment. So if you've ever doubted yourself in some way or felt that you're stuck in this cycle of insecurity, then this video is for you because it's going to show you how to harness your own inner power and transform your life. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Jeff, and I teach practical and spiritual methods to organize and empower your life. So today I want to talk about this concept of everyone is you pushed out and how we can apply it in our lives to boost our self-confidence and just feel more empowered in general and to show up in a much different way. So the thing is, self-confidence is really deeply tied to the stories that we tell ourselves. And I know so many of us at times in our life have really suffered from low self-esteem, low confidence, being shy in certain social or work situations. And this is very, very common. I myself, when I was younger, I was just like insanely shy. And I remember I was always very observant, but I was very quiet. I was very much a perfectionist too as a kid, so I didn't want to make any mistakes. And that really limited, unfortunately, how I interacted with people. And part of it was just sort of this feeling of low self-confidence, low self-worth. I had a lot of issues with that, especially when I was younger, as many people, still do. It's a very, very common thing. And so many of us walk around at times with these negative limiting beliefs in our mind. Beliefs like, I'm not good enough, or I don't belong here. And the problem is that these negative beliefs shape our energy and then others pick up on it. So the concept of everyone is you pushed out teaches us that the world reflects our internal state. And if our internal state is this very limited, negative mindset, then that's what we're projecting out into the world. So if you want to change all of this, if you want to break these old bad habits and radiate confidence, you need to start by shifting your own inner assumptions about yourself. Because when you believe in your own worth, a worth that goes beyond anything else that isn't, impacted by outside events, a really strong sense of self, that you know who you are, you love who you are, then those beliefs will be mirrored back to you by others. So the very first step to building confidence is identifying the limiting beliefs that we have. So ask yourself a few questions. Number one, what do I believe about myself that makes me feel unworthy or insecure? For some people, it might be something physical. Maybe they don't like a certain aspect of themselves. For someone else, it might be maybe they don't like the sound of their voice, or they don't like certain tendencies that they have. I mean, who knows? It could be a million different things. We all have our own insecurities. Then you want to ask yourself, okay, where did this belief come from? Because most likely, if you were to share this insecurity with a close friend or family member, they would probably say that they've never noticed that thing, that it's not an issue at all. A lot of times these things are in our heads, but that doesn't matter. They're still very powerful and true for us. But think about, where did this belief come from? How long have you felt that way? Is this something that goes all the way to childhood? And if so, can you remember sort of when it began? So for example, you might uncover sort of this hidden limiting belief that you have, such as, I don't deserve success, right? Success isn't for me. And that could come from some kind of past experience in childhood where maybe you were modeling something that you heard or saw your parents do. I mean, who knows? This stuff really goes very, very deep. And recognizing these beliefs is the first step to being able to rewrite them. Because before we change them, we have to sort of bring these dark parts of ourselves into the light. So this is really like doing shadow work in a way. We're sort of like diving deep into that dark part of our psyche and trying to figure out, what are these hidden things that are in many ways directing the path of our life? And next, now that we know what these limiting beliefs are, what we want to do is totally reframe those beliefs into something positive and empowering. So for example, The belief that I'm not talented enough, I'm not good enough, could be changed to I am extremely skilled, capable, and I'm constantly improving. And people always tell me what a great job I do. So write down these new affirmations and repeat them daily. And start reprogramming your subconscious. Start envisioning yourself as embodying those new positive affirmations. Also, visualization is a very powerful tool to align yourself with the version of yourself you want to embody. So again, throughout the day, act as if you already are that person. And if you can find some time throughout the day to just sort of close your eyes and visualize it, even better. A version of you who is confident, who is empowered and self-assured. It gets down to that, it's like a cliche, but like fake it till you make it. There really is an element of that. You have to start to, you might feel like an actor, but you really do have to start not only envisioning yourself, but acting out that new reality. And how does that version of you, this new confident version of yourself, how does that person stand? What is their posture like? How do they speak? How do they interact with other people? So for example, as a very simple and quick visualization exercise, and you can even do this right now, just close your eyes and follow along with this video. Just imagine yourself walking into a room, right? There's a party, you walk into a room, and you just command respect effortlessly, right? You walk in, your head held high, feeling confident, and that confidence is just radiating from you as you visualize this scenario, all the people around the room. And the more vividly you can see and feel this experience, the more your subconscious will begin to accept this new reality. So now how do you interact with the people there? How do they greet you? How do you talk to them? And if you pair these kinds of visualizations with affirmations and you repeat those affirmations and start to embody them throughout the day, that is a very powerful combination to get started with raising your confidence. So now, one thing we can do if we're serious about becoming a more confident, empowered version of ourselves is use the feedback that we receive from others and from situations on a daily basis. And this is where the concept of everyone is you pushed out is incredibly powerful. For example, start paying attention to how people treat you. Because again, according to this concept, they are reflecting our own inner beliefs back to us. For example, let's say in a meeting at work, you notice that people are constantly interrupting you or sort of dismissive of what you bring to the table, what you share in these meetings. So it could be that these people are just very rude that you work with. I mean, that's very common. But also ask yourself, are you projecting insecurity in some way? It's interesting. I mean, we have to be very introspective with these things, but it's fascinating. So what's your posture like? What is the tone of your voice like? Are you showing up as a confident, fully embodied version of yourself? Or because of these limiting beliefs, do you have poor posture? You speak very softly and quietly. Again, that's no excuse for others to speak over you, but what kinds of beliefs are being reflected back to you? It's a really interesting thought exercise to go through. So ultimately, instead of getting discouraged by these events, use them as feedback and use these moments as opportunities to adjust that inner state. And continue with the affirmations, continue to visualize, and then see and watch if the behavior of these same people in the staff meeting, for example, if that changes. Because what an interesting thing. Let's say you go in the next week and you're very much conscious of your voice. You try to use a much stronger, more confident voice. You look everyone in the eye, you show up with strong posture. It's fascinating to make these little tweaks to our persona and how we show up and see how reality then responds to that. So confidence grows the more we take aligned action. So start by doing small things that align with this new empowered self you're creating. So this could mean maybe speaking up in a meeting when you wouldn't do so typically. It could mean introducing yourself to someone new. Or it could even just be putting yourself out there a little bit more, maybe volunteering for more things, putting yourself in more situations where you feel a little uncomfortable, because very often those feelings of being a little uncomfortable lead to incredible growth. And each and every time you take action from this place of empowerment, you reinforce these new inner beliefs and this new sense of self. And over time, these actions create a positive feedback loop that strengthens your confidence even further. And in fact, your subconscious then starts to reflect that back to you, because that's your new inner belief. That's your new assumption about who you are. A strong, confident person who shows up in exactly that way. So when we fully understand this concept of everyone is you pushed out, we realize that confidence isn't something that you gain from others. Rather, it's something that we cultivate within ourselves. So start with the steps that I shared today and let me know in the comments how they work for you. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also in the comment below, I'm going to pin at the very top a link to subscribe to my newsletter. That way we can stay in touch and I can let you know the latest things I'm working on, as well as any new opportunities or offers that I have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.